In this lesson you're going to learn the essential minor 7 chord shapes that you need to learn jazz guitar. Now this is aimed at beginners transitioning from other genres, so you might already know some minor 7 shapes, but quite often in a jazz context they will be adapted, and I'm going to show you those sort of shapes today. I'm going to share with you movable chord shapes on roots E, A and D. Now before we do that, let's just think about what a minor 7 chord is and how it's structured and where you find it within the harmonization of the major scale. Well, let's take A minor 7. Now a minor 7 chord is basically a minor triad, so that's the root, minor third and perfect fifth, plus a minor 7th. If we took the A minor scale, I'm taking the first note, the third note, the 5th note and the 7th note to construct our chord. For me they are a minor chord just with a slightly more mellow tone. Now if we took the key of C, you can build minor 7 chords on chords 2, 3 and 6. More often than not, the time you're going to use a minor 7 chord is as chord 2 in the very important jazz progression of the 2-5-1. If you don't know what a 2-5-1 is, then check the card up there or link in the description to a video I made on that really important jazz progression. Now, over to the shapes. So onto these minor 7 shapes, we're going to use A minor 7 as our example, roots E, A and D. So on root E, this is the way, you might see someone playing A minor 7 when they play in other genres. Not to say it would never ever be used, but it's less likely to come in a jazz context. Sometimes adding in the extra 7th on the top, like so, but in jazz context we're more likely to see this with just the 3 notes, or with the 4 notes there. So as I said earlier, we've got A, C, E and G as our tones here. In a lot of these voicings we're going to ditch the 5th, which is E, so we're just going to have A, C and G. And why? Because the 5th is a bit boring, and really the interest is all in the 7th and 3rd, and the root is a stabilising sort of force, but just that. So that's A, G and C, very mellow sounding. Can add the 5th in if we want there, if we want sort of more treble sort of sound. So that's the shape there. In terms of fingering, there are a few ways you can do it. You could do it with upright fingers like that, with fingers 1, 2 and 3, or as I've written on the diagram, a common way for a lot of people to play it is with finger 2 and 3. Little finger is then free to add in the 9th on the top. Anyway, that's a basic shape, that first one. Root E. If we want to move to root A, we'd probably have this, which is A, G, C. The fingers 2, 3 and 4. You can add in another third there with the first finger like that, but most people would play it like this, I think. And then root D. This does have the 5th in this time. A great one to know for chord melody. You'll see it appear a lot in that sort of style playing. So we've got the root, 5th, 7, 3rd in this one. Now as I said earlier, where do you see the minor 7 chord occurring most often? And it's as a 2 chord, and it's in a 2-5-1. So let's try a 2-5-1 using each of those shapes. And so we could go A minor 7, D 7, G major 7. Could try that one up here. A minor 7, D 7, G major 7. And let's try it on root D. Lovely sounding mellow chords. So a few practice suggestions on getting these chords into your playing. I'd practice 2-5-1s in all keys, try varying which minor 7 you use. I would work this chord around the circle of fourths. So start at C, then go F, B flat, E flat like this. So you'd start with a C minor 7, then F minor 7, then find a B flat minor 7 somewhere, and go right the way round. You could maybe find all of each sort, so C minor on E, C minor on A, where is it on D, there, same for F minor. Maybe try and keep playing until you can think of where the next one is. Minor 7 is a common chord, so having 3 places to play it should get you out of trouble and should be always be one close enough to find. We've got one that's just for A, we've got one at 5, one at 12, one at 7, so we're covering most of the neck. Well, that brings today's video to a close. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel and checking out my content. If you've enjoyed it, please consider subscribing by clicking up here, or if you'd like to check out another of my videos, do so by clicking up here. See you again soon.